Hey there, it's day 5 of our Lake Superior trip. We're in Minnesota at a place called Cutface Creek. This is just a roadside park, and we heard there might be Thompsonite here, so we're gonna go check it out. It's raining as usual on this trip. We just came down these steps, and these rocks that are along here, I don't think they're local. Way down there, there's some big bedrock, but these look like they've been hauled in from somewhere. It's kind of a break wall, but this looks like it might be Thompsonite right here. I think it is. They're all in these rocks all over the place. Got some over here. See if we can find some dry ones underneath if they look any different. So they have these like radial lines coming out. They're a type of zeolite. Obviously we're not going to be chipping them out of these, but hopefully find some loose ones on the beach. Sam's already looking. I haven't gotten down there yet. Oh, here's one right here. Oops, here's something in a rock that I can pick up. I believe that is Thompsonite. No, that's a really good one, but it's something. Hey Sam, I found a little piece, I think.
Yeah, I found a piece with little eyes.
A loose one?
Yeah.
See if you can hold it still there. Yeah. He's got a mosquito. That's a pretty little eye.
Yeah. It's got that like maybe buoyancy that like says it's Thompsonite to me. Not an agate.
It's got a lot of color to it too.
Yeah. These are all little Thompsonite orbs, lobs, nodules,
warts.
First agate of the day. A little water level down there.
Cute. Being this is our first time, we're not really sure if we're identifying this right. If that's Thompsonite or an agate. I think that might be Thompsonite. What do you have?
I think that's Thompsonite. It's got like the radial lines like a zeolite, and then thin layer on that rock too.
Yeah. We're finding some stuff. Not much, but a little bit here and there. Still raining. Just basically looking for anything that's light colored. Picking up and taking a look at it. I think a real thin little layer there in the bottom, maybe. I'll leave that one there. That's a piece of birch bark or something. Here's the creek. Comes underneath the road there. Sam's got his waders on. I thought it's July, I don't need waders, but it's only supposed to get to 57 degrees today, so I have my wading boots with some neoprene socks that have been working pretty well. I've worn them a couple times. Keeps the pebbles and the sand out of my shoes. They look kind of big and clunky. I don't know what that is. Sam just found a couple more. What do you have, Sam?
These are both Thompsonite. Okay. Kind of got the sort of eyes, and they're like the radial lines go through.
I wonder if you cut that, if you can get expose more of that on these.
Maybe. Probably polish this one, maybe. Might lose one of them.
Sam just found something interesting. This. So he thinks it's a geode. I was thinking maybe it was like there was an agate in there or a piece of Thompsonite that popped out. Not really sure. Green over here. This isn't Thompsonite, but I thought it was an interesting rock. Not too much else I can say about it. We're not finding any big pieces, but we're finding lots of little pieces. Like this is a piece. Not too impressive, but I don't know what this is. It's like that on that side, and then it's very translucent over here. I don't know. If you're from Minnesota or have some expertise in this, Sam and I are willing to listen to what you have to say. Always willing to learn more, because I don't know very much. I'm just having fun. Fun in the rain.
Well, that would have been a piece of a very nice big piece.
Well, at least you got a piece of it. Yeah, that would have been huge.
So
Gives you an idea how big they can be, at least.
So you're telling me there's a chance. Well, I just found a winner. Look at all those eyes.
That's a good one. And it's big enough you can see it.
Yeah.
Although I'll get closer just to make sure. That's
Awesome.
beautiful. All right. I need one like that. I'm going to take this home. I don't think it's anything, but just on the off chance that I can polish that and expose something. Worth giving it a shot. It's not a very big rock. Get these things home and sometimes they don't look as good as they did on the beach. This is really pitted. I don't know if there's anything in there or not, but I'm going to dig in and find out. I just spent 10 or 15 minutes just to do that, and I don't see much promising. I got through a little bit right there and it just looks white. Nothing really showing up here that looks like Thompsonite or looks like it's worth playing around with. So maybe I'll try another one, but for right now I'm calling it quits on this one. I just found my best one. Not as good as Sam's, but this buoyancy shows up a little better. Nothing on that side.
Found a couple of good ones. I can see that's Thompsonite, and I think I can get that thin layer of host rock off there. It'll look awesome.
Sam just called me over, sounded kind of excited. I haven't seen it yet. Ooh, that's really good.
Real thin, but
yeah, but awesome. It sure shows the radial lines and stuff. That one's cool.
Nice.
I hope that when we grind into some of them, they look like that.
Yeah. Just found another one I think is going to be pretty good. Got to polish off that top though to reveal that pattern.
If it is good, it's going to be a nice size one.
Yeah. Pretty thick too, so it should be easy to work with.
There's one that has the right colors, so it doesn't have those radial lines.
This is a nice piece. A little bit on the edge, but it's real thin. I'm going to leave it like that. It's very pretty.
It is.
A couple more pieces. This one looks like it might be pretty thick, so...
Are you going to dig into that one and try to cut it out of there?
It could also just look neat as a display piece.
Right, I like the one in your left hand here.
Yeah, good pattern there. A real knobby piece.
Lots of little chunks of it there.
Yeah.
I think we reached the end of the line here. There's a little ways to walk in the other direction, and we'll hunt the beach on the way back. But I don't think we're going to find much there. That one doesn't fit in with all the brown rocks in this beach. Kind of a pretty rock. Here's one where you can see the sprays, especially over on the right side. Right there. That's pretty cool. So what I'd like to do is go home and polish that up, but I don't think there's even like a 1/16 of an inch of thickness to that. We'll see. Since this layer is so thin, I'm just going to start at the 600 wheel and go up through the 3000 wheel and see if I can do anything there. Might only get to the first wheel and lose it all. We'll see. My hands are still wet, but the stone's dry. And you can see I only polished little bits of it, but I just think if I go any more, it's just going to be gone. So, I'm going to be happy with that. That one's got a little more thickness to it, at least on that right side. Has some potential.
That's a nice example. The 3/4 of an eye.
We were just debating whether the rest of the eye is underneath the black rock or not.
Never existed.
Or if it popped off the top of it. Don't know.
That's a nice one in the host rock. So some of them form as nodules and then some of them form in seams.
Right, that's a really good one.
Yeah. Nice little guy. Very funny.
No pink in it.
No,
All green. See, on the left side there's a part of an eye, and then I think this whole top section is an eye. You can see the border right there. So I'm going to try to grind that black part off, or brown part, to see if there's something underneath there. Well, this one shows the most promise. So you think this is the lucky one? How much thickness do I have to work with? It's kind of hard to tell. There's definitely layers in there. Alright, I'm going to attack that part right there, that black part. I think I'm going to start with this wheel. We'll see how it goes. I just dried that off. Hands aren't dry, but the rock's dry. I think I got a little bit greedy. I polished it right off of there. I was hoping there'd be more that would be exposed underneath the black, but I don't think that was ever going to happen. Still got a little bit over here, but that's mostly gone. Oh well, that's how you learn. You mess some stuff up. Not sure what I just found. Thought maybe it was an agate, not a very well formed agate. Sam thinks it's Thompsonite. I don't know. It's all white. Here's something different. It's like botryoidal. I don't know what it is. Sam and I were just debating whether these rocks were put here as a break wall or if they're natural. To me, they look like they were placed here. Because way down the line there, there's actual bedrock. It's not in chunks. But I don't know where it came from. Either way, it appears to be Thompsonite in there. Lots of it. It's all wet, so it's kind of reflective. Like that. See the eye there? It's just all over.
Well, that's unique. It's like calcite and then some kind of other mineral spraying into it.
I've never seen something like that. When you first showed it to me, I just thought it was dirty.
Yeah. It looked like a sagonite agate, except it's not silica, not quartz or calcite. Chalcedony, I mean.
Hey, one of those things.
Yeah. Not agate.
We just walked down to the end of the beach. This rock's really slippery, so I'm not going to walk around too much. But you can see there's some little holes here and there. But there's nothing in them, and I don't see anything that looks like Thompsonite. Nothing remaining in the holes, but little holes all over the place. But no Thompsonite like those other rocks. Pretty rock. If it didn't have that big hole in it, I might throw it in the tumbler. Still thinking about throwing it in the tumbler. I like that one. Sam and I were driving by and saw the Thompsonite Inn, and we stopped in here. Said something about a jewelry shop, so we thought we'd check it out. And apparently the previous owners were really into Thompsonite and agates. We were talking to the manager here, Marshall, and he said they find buckets of agates all over the place, and all that is Thompsonite. There's some in matrix down here. Here's a really big piece. And this has little guys all over the place. Look at this one. That's really cool. And so after talking, I ran out and gave him a Petoskey stone, because I give a lot of Petoskey stones away. And he was nice enough to share these really nice ones with us. So Sam and I are going to take these home and polish them up. He said he'd like to see what they look like polished. So we're going to go home and try not to ruin them. Hey, we just moved down the beach a little bit. We're now at the Cascade River, continuing our hunt for Thompsonite.
First good sign.
Only been down here for about 5 minutes. We got a little piece. Oops, I'm shaking. I'm chilled. And little bits and pieces here. I think most of that's Thompsonite. Nothing very high quality. But when you have nothing else, that's good enough.
Cute little agate chip.
That's a beauty. Tiny, but it's really pretty.
Only it was 20 times bigger. There's a big chunk. Doesn't have the nice eyes, but it's got some radial lines going through it.
I wonder if those are part of a really big eye or not.
I don't know.
I do like the color.
Yeah.
Spotted one down here. So I thought Thompsonite was pretty soft, but this looks like it's hard, like the basalt's wearing away and leaving the Thompsonite behind. I don't know. I'll keep that one though, that's kind of neat. I didn't realize until I got home just how different the rocks from these two beaches were. This is the stuff from Cutface Creek, and it's almost all in these flat layers. And then the stuff from the Cascade River is almost all in nodules. Even the host rock is different. You see how this stuff's more reddish? Look at it as a whole pile. It's got a little more reddish tint to it, and this stuff's more gray. Just very, very different rocks. I looked it up, and Thompsonite is between 5 and 5.5 on the Mohs scale of mineral hardness. So for reference, Petoskey stone's like 3, 3/4, something like that. It's really soft. And agate is 7, so this is kind of in the middle. And the day after we picked up these rocks, we stopped at the Beaver Bay Agate Shop. And if you've never been in there and you're in the area, you need to stop in there. That place is just amazing. Really cool. It's an agate shop and a museum. So we talked to the owner there. I think his name is Keith. And he said the way people get these little Thompsonite nodules is from rocks just like this. You have to get them out of that host rock and then polish them. So you don't ever find, or rarely find these just laying on the beach by themselves. So I'm going to try to do the best I can to get this out of this rock. If this one works, I'll try some other ones. and then I'm going to see if I can polish it up on the cabbing machine. So, I haven't hit the Thompsonite yet underneath, so I might just try to break that off with a screwdriver or something. I was a little disappointed in these. They're not round. I was expecting little spheres, and they're flat on the back, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe that's not actually Thompsonite. This one did the same thing. It didn't break because there was nothing on the other part of it. I think that's Thompsonite, though. You can see it's kind of, from my thumb there on the right, it's kind of spraying out toward the left. Well, let's take these over to the cabbing machine and see what we can do. This one's just a little too small for me to hang on to. Even if I could get it rounded, there wouldn't be much left. So I'm going to try one of these other ones. I think I'm going to have the same problem there. Not much there. Time you get the roughness gone, hardly anything left. So I don't know what I should do. Maybe I'll just focus on this side and try to polish that up. There it is, dried off. Not super impressive. Backside's still all like that. Closest thing I've got to a little Thomsonite nodule, though. Got one more here, but that one's smaller and it still has a bunch of basalt stuck to it. So I don't even think I'm going to tackle that one. Alright, I'm going to try 3 more, and if these don't work, I'm done for the day. Actually, when I picked these up, my plan was to tumble them, just tumble the rocks whole, and hope that these turned out looking cool. But I was told by a couple different people, definitely do not do that because they don't tumble well. So I'm going to try it this way and see what happens. Oops. Well, it has become clear to me, and probably to you too, that I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So all the Thompsonite I've seen has been sphere-shaped, little ball of Thompsonite. So I thought, well, that looks basically round. So I thought when I dug into it, I'd find a round little ball, and what I found instead is this weirdly shaped blob. Doesn't look particularly interesting. Same thing with this one. It's kind of like longer, left to right than it is up and down, but I thought, oh, it's okay. I'll get in there and it'll be kind of an oval shape, and it's not. I'm not 100% sure that connects to this, but it looks like it does. So the left side of this one looks pretty cool. The right side, not so much. And then this one, although it's small, I was kind of excited because it popped right out of the rock. And so you can see the sprays going from left to right there. But as I started grinding on this, there's just nothing there. So my original plan was to practice on those and then to tackle these ones that Marshall gave me because these look amazing. So I think I can just polish that, but before I mess something up really badly, I thought I'd get some opinions from you guys or some advice from you guys. Somebody must know what they're doing with this stuff, and it's not me. So what should I do with these three? That's the question. Because I don't want to mess these up. They're just too big. I almost dropped it. Too big and cool to have me mess them up. So I was planning just to polish this and this right in place without trying to get it out of the matrix. That's still what I think I should do. But somebody who knows what they're doing, please advise me how to go from here. It's like there's little pockets of gravelly areas among the big bedrock along here. Today's goal is Thompsonite, and I'd be fine with some agates, but there's a piece of jasper that's pretty nice. I asked Sam if he wanted it, and he said sure, he'd throw it in the tumbler. A little piece. This is a pretty cool looking piece.
Several nice big chunks in this rock.
Yeah, looking at that, you would think the Thompsonite would be much harder than the basalt, just how it's sticking out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can you imagine if that was whole? Big chunk of the radial lines.
Yeah. It'd be about twice as wide as that. At least.
Just found this, then got a couple seconds later this.
That one's really cool.
Wish it was complete.
Yeah, but still, very nice.
Nice little guy. They seem to just have like one radial point. They're formed in a little tiny bubble. Over on the back too.
A couple I found recently. I like that closer one down here. Quite different looking, but I think they're both Thompsonite. Find anything, Sam?
I think a lot of these are nodules of Thompsonite. And there's some more. And I think this might be Prenite. And the Kingsley Prenite looks a lot like Thompsonite because of all the copper in it, but there's no copper. I think it just looks green.
That's a good guess. Be my guess too.
Just found an agate.
Oh, a different looking agate.
Yeah. There's the good side.
It's a weird rock. I don't know what that is exactly. Just found one like Sam's Prenite. It's pretty translucent. Been in this one little bay for a few minutes here and found lots of stuff. I just found this one. It's probably the biggest one I found like that. Sam's found several of these. Now it's my turn. Just found my biggest one. That's neat.
Well, over here in Minnesota, sometimes the agates look like peanut butter. There's some water level banding. And then there's a window over here.
I would have never seen that, to be honest. Looks like chert. What part did you see?
That? I don't know.
Okay.
I just found a little other water level that had some limonite on the back, so that's kind of...
Yeah, I'm not used to looking for limonite, but that's what you look for here. We don't get as much of that in Michigan. Sam and I are at a road cut, and it's in the basalt right here. Here's a big piece. There's some up here. I'm making no attempt to remove any from the wall, but Sam just said, ooh. Ah, there's a big piece. he's picking up another big piece. Look at that. We're not taking that home, Sam. Oh. I don't know, now I'm a little tempted, but I don't think we have room in the Jeep for that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Sam just made a good observation. This morning we were looking at some big break wall blocks down by the beach, wondering where they came from. And they probably came from right here when they blasted this out. A couple small pieces I'm going to take home with me. Find anything, Sam? Was that the one I handed you?
Yeah, it just got radial lines. It doesn't have the eye-like things, but...
Right. What'd you come out with, Sam?
Some nice little pieces. There's a big nodule there. And that one's kind of cool sticking out of that post rock.
This is more reasonably sized, too.
Yeah. Cool.
Look at this one right here.
Yeah, it's got that like dark green.
Yeah, that's neat.
Characteristic of Thompsonite, I think. Well, I think this is Thompsonite.
Oh, I don't have no doubt.
Oh yeah, there's some more eyes and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Unfortunately, it looks like it's got a crack through it, so it might break. But.
Yeah, the only thing it's missing really is, well, other than the crack, it's a good color.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can clean that up somehow and bring out more color.
Maybe.
We decided while we're at the Cascade River, we ought to see the Cascade Falls. This is our 5th day of a trip around Lake Superior, so if you missed our previous videos, what kind of things do we see? We got fluorite, amethyst, we got some agates.
Big wall of euperlite.
Lots of fun stuff, so you got to go check that out. So plus some beautiful scenery. So I'll leave a playlist here. Click on that and we'll see you over there.